It is December, and the first winter snow has fallen during the night. Joan and Jerry Johnson are starting out to explore the new white blanket of snow. They leave their tracks everywhere they go. They notice that some small animal has left its tracks in the snow, too. Now, what animal could have made these tracks? They're still fresh. They were made only a short time ago. Is the animal that made the tracks still nearby? Yes, there it is. A cottontail rabbit snuggled down in the snow. Joan and Jerry have frightened him. Away he goes. Joan and Jerry must be on their way, too. They are on their way out to the woods to cut a Christmas tree. First, they must stop to get the things they will need. For one thing, an axe. And it's a good sharp axe. And next, a sled. A sled to haul the tree home from the wood. The snow is just right for a sled. Joan wants to pull. So, away from the farmyard and out near the woods where the snow is a little deeper. Now what does Jerry see? Fresh tracks in the snow again. And here is the fox that made the tracks. The fox may know that there's someone near. His thick fur coat keeps him warm during the cold weather. Keep quiet, says Jerry. But the fox isn't sure it's safe here. Away he goes, galloping farther and farther through the trees. Now, Joan would like a ride. It's only a short way to where the evergreen trees grow. They stop at the edge of the woods because they see a young deer, a fawn. He's probably hungry. In winter, snow covers the grass. The leaves are gone from trees and bushes. It's harder for deer to find food, and they often come up close to farmhouses. The fawn watches Joan and Jerry closely. He's a little bit afraid of people. He'll feel safer back in the woods. Jerry knows where there is a nice little Christmas tree. And Joan likes it very much. Joan thinks Jerry is a good woodsman. What a fine Christmas tree. Just the right size for the Johnson living room, and just the right size for the sled. Jerry has brought along a rope to hold the tree on the sled. Now, back through the pasture and onto the house with the tree for the happy Christmas holidays. Now it is January, and the snow is much deeper. Inside the house, it is warm and cozy. Joan watches Jerry as he shovels the path out to the barn. Shoveling snow is work that Jerry likes. Joan thinks the farm is very beautiful under its blanket of snow. Here comes Father. It's time for the morning chores. In winter, when snow covers the grass in the pasture, the Johnsons feed their livestock in the barn. This is the hay that Jerry and Mr. Johnson cut and put in the barn last summer. The horses stay inside the barn on cold winter days when they're not working. Another fork of hay will fill the manger. In another part of the barn, Father is feeding the milk cows. During the winter, the Johnsons keep the cows in the barn most of the time. The cows give more milk if they are kept warm and get the right kind of feed. Whiskers, the cat, has found a comfortable place for a nap. The feed Father brings in the big shovel is called silage. Last autumn, he made the silage by cutting up green corn and putting it in the silo. It's close to milking time, and that's the time for Whisker's breakfast. At the house, Joan is taking breakfast to the birds. This morning, she put sunflower seeds and nut meats into a feeding box for the birds that stay on the farm. On a tree nearby, there is a basket made of string where she puts suet for the birds. It is harder for them to find food when the ground is covered with snow. While Joan is waiting for her birds, she sees the long icicles that hang from the edge of the roof. Here comes a bird now. It's a chickadee. Chickadees stay on the Johnson farm all winter. They seem frisky and gay even in the cold weather, but they really need help in finding food during the winter. Now, it is a day late in February. Jerry and Joan are coming home from school. It's goodbye to schoolmates until tomorrow. Up the road toward the house, and close by the old snowdrift. This is the biggest snowdrift left along the road. But now it's melting fast. Some of the water soaks into the ground. It will water spring plants. Some of the water runs down the road to the river. At the edge of the snowdrift, the melting snow has uncovered a small green plant. It has stayed alive under the snow all winter. On the way to the house, Joan and Jerry start their evening chores. Their first job is to water the cows. Electricity runs the pump that pumps water for the milk cows. Even in the winter, the Johnson cows come out of the barn for fresh water. Back of the barn is a spot that Joan and Jerry are watching carefully these days. It's a hole that leads to the den where the woodchuck has been sleeping all winter. He's still sleeping. But before long, the woodchuck will come out, for winter is almost gone, and sunny spring days will soon be here again.